Let's return to the news that relatives of Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich are marking the first anniversary of his detention in Russia. Mr. Gershkovich is the first American to be charged with spying by the Russian authorities since the end of the Cold War. The US government and the Wall Street Journal have dismissed the charge. They say Mr. Gershkovich is being used as a bargaining chip by Moscow. Well, I'm joined now by Dr. Gulnoza Saeed from the Committee to Protect Journalists, an independent non-profit organisation that promotes press freedom. Dr. Saeed, thank you very much for your time. What's the latest information, first of all, that you have on how Evan is doing?
Thank you for having me. Today is the first anniversary since Evan Gershkovich's detention in Moscow on absolutely bogus charges. And just a few days ago, on March 26, the Russian authorities extended his detention by another 3 months, which means that he's going to stay in pretrial detention until the end of June, and then we are hoping that the trial will start. But he is accused of espionage, as you said, and this is a very heavy charge, and espionage charges usually end with conviction in Russia. So he's very likely to be convicted. He's looking into up to 20 years in a Russian jail.
What do you read into that extension of the pre-trial detention, though, rather than moving closer to the actual trial? Could it indicate that conversations to try to free Evan Gershkovich are actually making some progress, or at least are remaining very active?
I hope they are remaining very active, and I hope that we're close to the moment when he will be released and returned to the United States and to his family, to his parents and siblings. But everything we know from previous trials of journalists accused of espionage is that usually pretrial detentions are very long, followed by trials held behind closed doors. So I think the most likely scenario is that Evan is tried and convicted first before the US and Russian authorities agree on the prisoner exchange.
How difficult is it for journalists in Russia at the moment to go about their business, to work, given the current climate?
Look, it's never been easy to be an independent reporter in Putin's Russia. Putin has been in power for close to a quarter of a century. And from the beginning, he made it his goal to control the flow of information. But until Evan's detention a year ago, foreign correspondents who worked in Russia, although knew they were at risk, they probably didn't expect something as harsh as espionage charges, because we know of other cases of journalists, including BBC correspondents who did not feel very welcome, especially after Russia started its full-scale invasion of Ukraine. But with Evan's case, the Russian authorities send a signal that nothing is beyond their whims, beyond their control, and everything is possible. As you know, Evan's case is the first case of an American journalist charged with espionage in Russia since the end of the Cold War. So now every journalist, foreign or local, is at risk of immediate imprisonment in Russia.
OK, Dr. Gulnoza Saeed from the Committee to Protect Journalists, joining us from New York. Thank you very much.
Thank you.